Hello, today we're going to do a walkabout of Lucerne, Switzerland, beginning with an arrival at the train station. The passengers have disembarked and others are getting on, and this gives us an opportunity to share that station with you. As we make our way out of the station, we come into the hallway where there's a display board with schedules, and it's entirely glass walls looking straight out into the city of Lucerne. Upstairs, there's more facilities that are available. As we walk out of the station, which was constructed in 1991, we're faced by the railway station arch that preceded it. On top is a statue called the Zeitgeist, or the spirit of our time. Looking to our right, we see the KKl Lucerne, which is the Culture and Congress Center in Lucerne. It holds multiple events every year. Looking to the left, we see some office buildings and a taxi rank. Let's make our way towards the KKl Lucerne and look a little bit to the left to spot the fountains. As we come around this corner, the fountains are facing us. On the other side of the fountains are boat docks where ferries leave into Lake Lucerne. The little area in the center here is protected, and you'll find geese and sometimes swans swimming in them. We can look back and see the station, the trees, and swing back to see the fountain area again. Across the lake is more of Lucerne's old town. Let's make our way towards the fountain. As we get closer, we can hear the fountain much clearer, and there's a mist that sprays over you. Even though the wind is blowing away, we can see the waterfall. As we pan to the right, we see the old city in the background, and then we see the piers of the docks where the ferry boats for Lake Lucerne leave from. This is a great place to pick up a ride to see Lake Lucerne and much more of Lucerne itself. Heading back the other way, following the river, downstream, we come to the famous Chapel Bridge. This has several other names, German names. This bridge spans the River Reuss, and it's a relatively short bridge, and the walk across only takes about 5 minutes. But first, let's admire it with this crowd of people here from this end. Behind us is the station, and we panned across, and then we're looking at the Chapel Bridge. As we make our way down the Chapel Bridge, we can see more of it, and in the background we can see the old city. This is a very popular tourist attraction. Let's slowly make our way towards the bridge. And as we make our way there, let's listen to the background chatter of the crowds that are visiting this great site. We still have a little ways to go. It's a few minutes to get to that bridge entrance. The trees provide shade, making it a very pleasant walk. And we're approaching it. If you take a look at the water, you'll see how clear it is. In a number of the shots, we'll try and get the water so you can see the rocks all the way down to the bottom. This water is flowing from in the direction that we're walking, and it's flowing pretty fast. Now we're almost at the entrance to the Chapel Bridge. And then we'll walk across, and we'll do some timing to see how long it takes to do this. Here we are at the entrance. The walk across at a slow pace that we're going to shoot here will be about 5 minutes. As we begin our walk across this wooden bridge, it's worth noting that this is one of the oldest wooden truss bridges that exist. Now it's been redone sometime, and you'll see some paintings on the roof here And those paintings, some of them have been damaged and replaced over time, and the wood planks have also been replaced over time. As I walk across this bridge for the total of 5 minutes, which is a slow walk, I'll pan to the left and right and also down to the water to see how clear that water is and how fast it's flowing. The buildings on the other side are very picturesque. That's the other side of the river we're looking at here. And then, as we approach the tower piece of it and look to the right, we'll see a little souvenir slash jewelry store. There's jewelry and there are souvenir collectibles in this store that attract a large crowd at times. Passing beyond the jewelry store, we're looking at the bridge that's in front of the train station on the right. And on the left, we're looking at the other bank of the River Reuss, Reuss. That water is just so clear. On the embankments, each restaurant has its umbrellas and chairs out, providing a great location to grab a meal and watch the river and view. Beyond the highway bridge in front of the train station, there are mountains. And we can see the lake water coming towards us as it goes downstream. Taking a look back at the train station and the bridge that's in front of that train station. At the paintings that are above us. The trusses that hold the bridge up. The old city on the other side. The clear river water. We're going to walk down that bank, downstream, and see what we find as we make that journey after we do a little tour through the old city. Once we get to the end of this bridge, we'll cut into the city and then turn left and parallel the river quite a way up and see what else we find. We're taking time to stop and look at the various views, but if we time the entrance to the bridge and the exit to the bridge, it's just about 5 minutes. And that includes the stops. We're approaching the end, and once we're out, we'll go straight across into the old town, into the first street, and turn left. Here we are in that old town, turning left, and we'll follow the street down. There are several streets in parallel that have many older buildings with stores and restaurants and other facilities that are tourist attractions and places where people live and work. Here's one side street. An eclectic collection of stores on each side, basic material, but also unique stuff and very targeted tourist material. Let's take a look to the right on this one. And then we come to a little piazza. One of the things we see sometimes are fountains with water running. That water is good to drink. And as we go a little further, we come across the second bridge. This is not the bridge we saw earlier. This is also a wooden bridge and it spans the river. But if you look across, you'll see the water flowing fast by the supports. Looking up, we see a white building in the hills. This is the Gutsch. That's Gutsh. It's a fantastic hotel and a restaurant worth looking into. Now we're switching into a vertical view just to get a sense of how fast that river is moving at this point. And we continue to make our way downstream to the next bridge, that bridge that we see here, to cross over and come down the other side back to the original chapel bridge. We're on our way back now to the chapel bridge. And on the way we come across another pedestrian bridge. This is the pedestrian bridge most commonly used by the residents. And then just beyond that is where the chapel bridge is. There's the chapel bridge. Look at the clarity of the water. You can see the rocks all the way down. As we head towards the bridge, we see a Jesuit church. This is a beautiful Jesuit church just before the chapel bridge on our left. So let's take a look inside. The inside is beautifully maintained. It's a grand church with amazing architecture and colors. It's well worth visiting. And there are services held here if you want the full experience. Heading back to the chapel bridge, we complete our circuit for this walk, and then we head back towards the station and look at some of the buildings that are right in front of the station, the post building. And that brings us to the end of this particular walking tour. Thanks for watching, and we'll conclude with an image of the chapel bridge.